If you go to Hawaii and you want to get away from the touristy stuff, if you happen to be in Oahu, basically the island where Honolulu is located, then you go to the west side. So today I decided to go to the west side of the island. It's kind of totally different from all other places here because there are simply no tourists. Up here on the west side you only find local people. Everything here is more genuine Hawaiian, I would say. You don't see these touristy hotels, I mean resorts and stuff like that, with a couple of exceptions that I will explain in a second here. But anyway, you come here, everything is like plantation style, and many of these valleys they have here, they are pretty much forever reserved for the locals, because you can't go in and buy properties or a house here unless you're 40%, I think it is, a Hawaiian. And then you can do that. Show them the paperwork, you're 40%, and buy something here. But the regular dude can't just go in and say, hey, I like this very cool old plantation style home here, and buy it. Impossible. I stopped here because they have a 7-Eleven on the other side of the street here, just to grab something here. So I survived the day outside, right? And one thing, you might have noticed that already, in Hawaii people eat Spam. Hawaiians are Spam lovers. So wherever you go, literally wherever you go, you find these Spam bentos, right? It's Spam in all kind of forms. They cooked and they wrap them in with rice and seaweed, and people buy that. And honestly, it's quite good actually. And other typical things you can find here is basically the pork stuff here, the lau lau. Sometimes they sell that along the road here, and you can buy something like that. Pulled pork is a very popular thing. I'm right in between Nanakuli down here and Waianae, which is kind of the next little community we are coming to, and all the way up there at the point you see what is kind of a hotel building, and that's right next to Makaha Beach. And people do surfing up there. You can actually surf there. But I have to tell you, because you are on the western side of Oahu here, you can find much better spots for surfing. Go to North Shore if you want to be brave and hop into some real waves. Here everything is more calm, as you can see. It's not crowded at all. No people here. Look at the beach here. It's kind of empty, right? Totally empty. Beautiful beach. Very, very original Hawaiian, so to speak. And another thing you notice when you come here is that many people here, many of the locals, they are standing here on the beach fishing, and that seems to be a very popular thing to do. And why not? I mean, the ocean is full of fish here. You can actually go out and catch your breakfast or dinner right here. Just throw out the hook and see what's biting, right? But right now I like to go to Makaha Beach, so let's do that, and let's take off. Let's go. I'm driving or passing Waianae right now, and you can kind of get a feeling for how it looks like here. This is the only way you can get up to Makaha Beach, for instance, and we are very close to the water. It's just down to the left, and the little Waianae community is up to the right there. They have the usual stuff: 7-Eleven, Starbucks, small markets, things like that. But everything is small scale and kind of, you know, traditional in many ways. Even the homes are small, but very, very nice looking. Even though some of them need some paint. I mean, I have to tell you that, because I would say many of these homes here, they just have the original paint from 50 years ago. And another thing you will notice here, if you go down to like a random beach here, is that there are people living on the beach pretty much, and it looks like the only thing you need to do is to pick up a tarp and put it up and claim it your home here. So that's everywhere up here. You can't go anywhere. I mean, there are literally people living on the beach. Hundreds, maybe more. And it's a totally different way of living here than if you go to Honolulu, for instance. People call that town, by the way. That's how they address Honolulu. And for some reason I'm behind this monster truck here. I don't know what he's trying to do now, but maybe a left turn or something. AmeriGas, okay. Oops. I have to go back. All right, some action in Waianae. And of course they have the usual stuff, you know, a McDonald's, or even I think they have a Taco Bell or something down here. And the harbor is down to the left, by the way. And I see they actually have surf lessons here too. The police is actually going up here, so you should be pretty safe here during the day. If you go at nighttime, you never know. It's a different way of living. Be careful though. I'm standing here right in front of the first big hotel you see, and I mean they have another smaller one over here, but they don't have many hotels, like I said before. This is right by Makaha Beach. Actually the better area is just over here. I will go there. I just wanted to show you how it looks here. It looks like here, but you see on the beach, what you see behind me here is like a little tarp community, and that's everywhere. It's very interesting and kind of sad in one way, because it also creates a lot of trash on the beach, which is the negative part here. You see behind me here, up here, people just leave whatever on the beach and nobody really is cleaning that up. So if you have too many people living on the beach, it's just creating a mess, unfortunately. But that's just on this side of the island. You don't see that in the same way if you go to North Shore or any other shore. Definitely not in places like you know, Waikiki. They keep that pretty clean. But up here on the local people's side, the west side, it's everywhere, unfortunately. So let's go up to the surf beach, which is like 1 minute up here. And the mountain range you see up here is actually what is protecting this side from rain. It's very dry here, and the weather is usually very good, even if you have some clouds on the other side. So it could be raining all day long on the other side, but here is still sunshine, right? And between the highway and the beach up here in Makaha, they have kind of the high-end place. Many of these homes you see here, they are original and they're very nice looking, and people with money buy them and kind of fix them up a little bit. And the water is just, 150 yards away or something like that, down to the left. Maybe you could see that. The building material here is usually wood. There are exceptions. How about that house? Yeah, and it's really nice, but it's far away from Honolulu. So to drive from here into town in rush hour, that would take you some time though. So I'm guessing many of these homes here are for, weekend use or investments, things like that. And I'm driving actually kind of north here on the island right now. Wow, I had to take down the window. Take a look at that house. Wow, that must be very old. Yeah, this is kind of an older community, definitely. I'm almost back here by the highway, and I think I will do one little sweep on the other side of the highway, which is kind of a little different. It's much cheaper and it's run down in many ways. I just went on the other side of the highway here, and maybe you can see how it looks like here. You see a lot of these dead cars just everywhere, dead boats. Here's another dead car, completely nuked out. And we have a plantation style house, and there are plenty of them here, plenty of those types of homes here. So if you like that style, this is the place. But again, you will not be able to buy anything here. You see lots of these original flags here, the royal family flag. And this community here goes all the way up to the foothill area. I'm now like a couple of blocks in, so let me continue a minute in here. So this is how people live. They have big front yards, big yards in general. Maybe you can see that. And it's old and historic in many ways. Take a look at this. Lots of trees, lots of green. And again, this is just a random street I picked. Lots of fences though, and that tells you something, right? I mean, there is a reason they have a fence here. Or a stone wall or something like that. There's a lot of stuff happening here. And again, if you live like this, you walk down to the beach in a few minutes. And I guess many people here know each other because they are born and raised, and they have lived there for generations. So it's not like people come from other countries and just buy up properties here, because you would not be able to do that. Take a look at that house. Okay, I will, you get the point. I just wanted to share with you, you know, a few clips from here. I will U-turn about here and go back. I'm guessing life has not changed here a lot the last 100 years or so. I think the biggest difference might be that now they have electricity, they have cars, they have quads like that, but life is very slow on this side of the island. And nothing is wrong in that. I mean, who doesn't want to have a slow life, right? To some extent. But yeah, life is just having its own, you know, way here. They go to the store. Many people have no jobs here, and that's maybe why they sit and fish down on the beach here, because there are only small jobs. There are no businesses here. And when I say no businesses, I don't mean that literally. There are a few things, but it's very small scale. That's what I'm trying to say. So people have many hats. They do many things. People help each other probably and exchange, you know, some small money. And I don't know how much they pay for rent, or you know, if they have loans or things like that. That I don't know. But I'm sure it's all paid off generations ago, pretty much. All right, I think it's time to go to the beach. So let's do that.